All right, so this is what we're working with today. So you guys, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm also looking at the mirror that's in front of me because I'm gonna be cleaning this up. So this is what we're starting with, right? And the crazy part is that it doesn't look that crazy, right? I mean, the fade kind of grew in already. So what I'm pretty much gonna do is I'm just gonna clean this up, clean up the fade, clean this up right here, line this up, line up the edge up. And that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. I got my clipper right here. I got the Rogue. I got the Rogue. It's gonna be a 0 right there. And I got this little mirror right here. So I'm gonna be looking at this, and I'm also going to be kind of looking at the mirror, kind of looking at the camera. So you already know how I go. First thing I'm gonna do is, I don't know if you can see, but I have a lot of like straggly hairs on the side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna like shave those down to where you can't see them, right? Because it looks kind of messy. So I'm gonna get my comb. You can use either a comb or a brush. I'm just using a comb right now because that's all I got. My brush is actually in the car. So there's our comb just to kind of press the hairs all down. So again, I'm gonna just cut these down. All the hairs that you see that are sticking out on the side. We're kind of shaping the beard too, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So that's pretty much done. You see how there's no more hairs kind of sticking up on the side? So anyway, let's go to this one. Cool. So that's pretty much it right there for that. That's good. You could also do like a guard. You could do like a 6 or 7 and then kind of just, cut it down. But what I do is I just like shaping it because I like the length, like the way it looks like right now. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the fade now. So this right here is like, you could use the other shavers that shave it down to 0, but I like using this because it works pretty much the same. And I don't know, man, it's real easy. So it's rechargeable. The blades, they last forever, so you could use one blade for like a month, just depending on how you use it, right? I would recommend it if you're using it for yourself. If you're cutting up other people, obviously get something else, kind of like this. So the difference between this one and this one is that this one cuts a little bit more closer to the skin. So this is more of a bald shave, and this is like, you still have hair, right? So anyway, so usually what I do is, you see that line right there? Like right here? That's usually where I make my first line right here. So that right there is my first line. And then now I'm gonna do this side. So the next one that I'm gonna do is the next, line of the fade is gonna be the 0. So what I'm gonna do is, right on that line that I made, so this is the bald line, right? Same as this side, and I try to like even them out. I'm gonna do the 0, right? So 0 with the lever, not like this, but like that, right? Lever closed. So I don't know if you can see that, lever closed. Make that second line. Oh, so I forgot to tell you guys, I'm only gonna do the tapers. So right now I'm only doing the sides. I used to do a drop fade, but I'm kind of just feeling the taper fade now. So I'm just gonna do the sides right here, and that's pretty much it. So you're just lightly tapping. Same with this side. So because I'm doing a longer length on the sides, I'm actually gonna do a 4 open. So that's closed, open. And I'm kind of just gonna go on the sides just to get some of that bulk out of there. And so the fade looks a little bit cleaner. So again, I'm just kind of going like this. I want to keep the sides longer, So that's why I'm doing a 4. And it's not taking a lot off, but that's kind of the point. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take too much off of the sides. Took off a pretty good amount. So it's a 4. Now to kind of just solidify a little bit of it, I'm gonna go over it again, but with a 3. So instead of going all the way up, so with that 4, I went all the way up here kind of, I'm gonna go just kind of like to the middle. So a 3. So that's a 3 right there. If you guys notice this, I'm only doing this right here. So everything that's this, because that right there is what I like to keep tight. You know what I'm saying? So I like the illusion of my head kind of looking like this, like a little bit skinnier right here, and then a little bit bigger on the top. That's just kind of like, that's the best way I can explain it. So this is a 3. This is still a 3 open, right? Nothing's changed. It's just a 3. I know a lot of people are probably like, why doesn't he look at the back? I've kind of done this a while already, so I kind of know. If I was going shorter, so if I was going like with a 0, I would have a mirror and I'd be looking at the back. But I know where to stop with a 3. So I know for a fact I want this, like this part right here, to be a 3. So that's kind of why I feel the area where it's at. Just because I've done it so much, man. And after a while, you get good like that. You start knowing your haircut. You start knowing your own head. And you start knowing where to stop. It's like muscle memory, really. All it is. Cool. So that was the 3. Now we're gonna hit it with a 2. So 2 open. 2 open. So again, just that mid area, like right here. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. It's okay if it's not taking a lot off. That's kind of the point. You don't want to take too much off. Now the same thing on this side. 2, like midway up. This side's a little bit different on my head because it grows different than this side. It's kind of weird, but you know, you'll start figuring that stuff out as you cut your own hair, because we all have different growth patterns. Some people have cowlicks, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying that every time you got to cut your own hair. I'm just saying it's a good skill to have. This is like a 2.5, or I'm sorry, a 1.5. This one right here that's the actual measurement. You could probably find this on Amazon. I think it says 4/16 or 4/15. 4.5 or 3/16. It's a special one. I don't know. It just came with this, and I like it because it's like 4, 3, 2, and then this one, and then it's the 1.5, 1, half, and then obviously the 0. Well, I know there's like another one in between the half and the 0, but anyway. So anyway, here we go. And again, with this one, you're just gonna go half. Again, like halfway up. So with that one, this one, I'm not gonna do the entire head. I'm only gonna do this side right here, because I'm gonna start fading out those lines. So we hit it with the 0. Now we're gonna do the 1. So this is the 1 right here. Get out of the way. 1. Let me kind of get these hairs out of the way. And all I'm doing is creating another blend line right here. And I'm gonna come back and blend this in a little bit. Cool. And all of this is open, by the way. I haven't closed the lever once. I did in the beginning just to create that first line, but we're gonna start closing in a little bit. So yeah, so that was the 1. Now we're gonna go in and do, oh, I'm sorry, That was the one. Yeah, that was the one, and this is the half. I'm going in steps, right? I know kind of all over the place, but 4, 3, 2, 1, half, and then we're gonna go back to 0 in a little bit. Now we're gonna do it. We're gonna go back in and do just the 0, but open, right? So we did we did the first line with this. We did the second line with this one closed, and now we're gonna go back in and do it open. So let's get it. And this right here is kind of like gonna bring the whole haircut together. Watch. You're kind of using like light flicks just to get that hair. Cool, it's looking pretty good. So now let's go ahead. I see a little bit more line up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to grab the 3. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it. There's some bulk right up here that I don't like. So I'm actually gonna take that out with the 3 open. And you see, all I'm doing is really just, I'm not pressing too hard, but I'm just kind of flicking, right? Because you don't want to create those hard lines. And then I'm going to do the same for this side, but a little bit less because I don't see that much bulk on this side. Cool. It's looking pretty good. So I see a faint line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to I'm going to get the 1, right, closed. And just hit that corner. You see how I'm just using this corner right here? That's what I'm doing. Very lightly. And it's barely hitting, so I'm actually going to close it a little bit, so midway. And now I'm going to close it all the way. I'm going to do the same on this side. I see a line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with the 0. And now I closed it. The first way that I was cutting, it was closed, and now I'm going to open it. A lot better. Cool. So the fade is pretty much done, right? So now what I'm gonna do is, let me see if I need to cut any of this down. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna show you something. The 1, check it out. With the 1, right? I'm going to create a fade into the beard, all right? So check it out. Stop like right here. It depends. If you want the full fade, you have to start like right here. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna start like right here. And since I just cut it like not too long ago, it's not gonna be too crazy. So now from this, I'm gonna go down. So this is the 1. This is a half. This is the 0 open. And this is a 0 closed. Super easy, bro. Super easy. Same thing on this side. All right, guys, now my favorite part is the razor lineup. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you guys, I used to line up everything right here, like the top, the bottom, this, but I don't even do that anymore. I'm only gonna do the sides right here. That's all I do. So these are the ones that I use. These are the blades, right? So these blades cost you like $6, and it's a lot of blades. I actually have to change this blade out because it's kind of dull. So that's what it looks like taken apart. You want to be very careful with this. When you take it out of the package, it's literally just the blade. It looks like this. So check it out. See that? That's the blade right there. So you want to grab it from these sides right here. Shit. What you do is, there's these little notches that are right there. You just drop this thing like this onto those notches. So check it out. Those are the notches right there. See how I grab it like this? Very lightly. After you do that, you close it. And then you put this lock. There you go. So I'm going to show you what I do here. So what I do is I like to obviously fold the skin down just to get it tight. And I just lightly get that in there like that. And again, we're not going for perfection, but that's pretty much, that's clean for me. That's good enough. So we're gonna do it on this side too. Again, fold it down. Anyway, look at that. Super clean, super sharp, super fresh, looks good. Now what I'm gonna do is do the beard right here. So here we go. The way I like to do it is I like to start from one side, hold the beard down like this, like pull the skin down, and then go and make my line. That's the way I like to do it. So this is before. Pull back. Just like that, we're good. Now I'm gonna hit up the mustache a little bit because I like these sides right here, the sides that kind of close the beard. I like them to be kind of thin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in there and kind of make them a little thinner. What I do is I like to hit the outside and then the inside like this around the mouth. So bear with me. What I do to hit the lip is whenever I'm gonna hit one side of the lip, I kind of move it to the side. So if I'm hitting this lip, I go like this, and then I go in there. All right, guys, so that's pretty much the end product right there. We did the fade right here on the sides, cleaned up the beard. We're looking pretty good. And that's pretty much it, man. I mean, that's super quick. It took me about 30 minutes to do that. Probably the same that you would take to go to a barber, except this is free. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, go ahead and comment them down below. I'd love to help you out. And if you have any other questions, just hit me in my DM. My Instagram is in the description. If you haven't already, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.